Invincible is without a doubt one of the best superhero television series I have ever watched. It's a masterpiece that sets the gold standard for what we should expect in this genre. I binged the entire show in just a day and a half, completely neglecting an assignment presentation I had due the next day, but honestly it was worth it. The show is so compelling that I argue binging it was far more important, and here's why. One of the show's greatest strengths is its character development, especially Omni-Man. He's a fascinatingly complex character, a brutal and violent enforcer for the Viltrumites who at times displays moments of genuine humanity. He's emotionally torn, experiencing love for creatures far weaker than himself. This duality is what makes him so unique. Omni-Man's journey is filled with memorable moments, from teaching Mark how to use his powers to encouraging him during a baseball game. And his interactions with Debbie and Mark, we see layers of his character. Despite his allegiance to the Viltrumites and their ruthless mission, Omni-Man's conflict, torn between duty and the bonds he's formed on Earth, makes him one of the most intriguing characters in the show. He reminds me of Peter Parker in Spider-Man PS4, who had to make an impossible moral decision, except in Omni-Man's case, one option is deeply evil. Invincible takes familiar themes and explores them in deeper, more realistic ways. For example, the show's take on superhero relationships is particularly nuanced. Mark and Amber's relationship highlights the challenges of balancing a normal life with superhero duties. Amber initially supports Mark despite knowing the difficulties his role entails, but as the relationship progresses, their strain becomes too much. Their issues feel authentic and well-paced, showcasing both the high and inevitable lows. Ultimately, they part ways because their needs don't align and Amber's life is at risk, a grounded and mature resolution rarely seen in superhero narratives. The world building in Invincible is also impressive. Though there's plenty of room for exploration, I love to see more planets and alien cultures beyond Mars. That said, the grounded nature of this universe, showing the darker realities of being a superhero, sets it apart. When the Teen Team or Guardians of the Globe battle villains, the collateral damage is immense and we're shown the devastating human cost. This is something most superhero media shy away from. Even in the MCU, this level of consequence was only touched on in Civil War. I also appreciate how Invincible portrays heroes who genuinely care about saving people. Characters like Mark, Adam Eve, and Black Samson prioritize helping others above all else. Adam Eve's choice to rebuild homes and grow crops for farmers exemplifies a broader perspective of heroism, one that goes beyond flashy battles. Speaking of battles, Invincible doesn't hold back on action. The gore and brutality are unparalleled, making every fight feel visceral and intense. Unlike many superhero stories, the action isn't interrupted by unnecessary jokes or monologues. When Omni-Man takes on the Guardians of the Globe, he doesn't waste time talking about his plans, he just acts. This no-nonsense approach heightens the stakes and immerses me in the story. The show also gives smaller-scale villains like Titan and the Mauler twins meaningful arc, while intergalactic threats like the Flaxians and Viltrumites add depth to the universe. The variety of antagonists from street level to cosmic keeps the narrative engaging. The character arcs in Invincible are well written and provide depth to the story. Robot's journey to gain a human body and navigating relationships, Rex's efforts to become a better person, and Adam Eve's struggles with her parents all add emotional weight. Debbie's arc in particular stands out. Watching her grapple with Omni-Man's betrayal and her own guilt is heartbreaking. She's not just a supporting character, her pain and resilience are central to the narrative. The voice acting in Invincible is top tier. J.K. Simmons, Steven Yeun, and Sandra Oh deliver phenomenal performances, particularly Simmons as Omni-Man. His voice carries so much rage and emotion that you can feel the depth of his character in every scene. While Season 1 remains my favorite with its excellent build-up of mystery and action, Season 2 still delivers. It focuses more on the consequences of Omni-Man's revelation, including Debbie's emotional journey, Mark and Amber's strained relationship, and Shapeshifter's accidental crimes. The highlights of Season 2 for me was Mark's reunion with Nolan. The scene perfectly captured Mark's conflicted feelings of love and frustration towards his father. With the Season 3 trailer out, the hype is real. I'm eager to see how the rebellion against the Viltrumites unfolds. status in action, and how Omni-Man and Alan will escape. Battle Beast and Thragg are two characters I'm particularly excited for. Thragg, as the strongest Viltrumite, is bound to be a formidable and cruel antagonist. The tension between Cecil and Mark also looks promising, and the stakes seem higher than ever. Invincible is a phenomenal show that blends action, character development, and deep themes seamlessly. It follows certain traditional superhero tropes while delivering a more grounded and emotionally resonant story. From the brutal action sequences to the realistic exploration of relationships and consequences, this series sets a new benchmark for superhero storytelling. If you haven't watched it yet, you're missing out. Season 3 can come soon enough.